Hi everyone, welcome back to the course. This is lesson number 30, and in this lesson I hope it's going to be interesting for you because we are going to talk about the present perfect tense in English. So basically with the present perfect tense, guys, all you need is a subject, and then you have to add the verb to have, and then you need a past participle, which we're going to learn today what past participles are and how to use them. You have to memorize these guys, okay? So just FYI, so you know. Let's go ahead and begin the lesson, okay? Now, we use the present perfect tense to basically express an event that happened in the past, but still has like current consequences. So the things from the past are still like occurring today. They still go on, okay? People use it to show a connection between the past and the present in a number of situations. Like, for example, when an action is repeated over and over and over again between the past and the present. Like in this example here, it says, you have been to England several times in the last 2 years. So remember, an action that's repeated and repeated and repeated over and over again. Several times, repetition. You have been to England several times in the last 2 years. So in this case, we use the present perfect tense because we're showing this repetition. Okay, we're showing a repetition that you have been to England over and over and over again. Now, people also use this tense when they want to describe an action that started in the past, but it still continues on all the way till now. Okay, all the way to this very day. Like in this one here. We have lived in Austria since 2016. We have lived in Austria since 2016. Okay, here we're using the present perfect tense because we're showing that we started to live in Austria in 2016 and all the way up to now we are still living in Austria. Okay, we're describing an action that started in the past because it started in 2016, but it still continues to this very day because you still live in Austria. You haven't left Austria, all right? Okay, let's continue. We can also use it when time is not an important aspect of your sentence or of your statement. For example, he has lost his baseball cap. He has lost his baseball cap. In this example, we can also just say he lost his baseball cap. Okay, you could say that too. But you can also say he has lost his baseball cap. Okay, just a general fact that he lost it. Okay, now let's say that there is an action occurring at the moment, like right now, but it's not finished yet. Okay, so it's occurring right now, but it's not over. It hasn't finished. So you could say in that case, for example, it has snowed so much this winter season. Okay, it has snowed so much, repetition, right? And has it stopped snowing this winter season? No. Okay, it's still going on. It's still going on to the present moment. Or you can use it if an action was completed recently. In that case, you can also use the present perfect tense. Okay, like in the example right here, I have just finished my bachelor's degree. This is an expression that we often use in English. I have just ... I have just did this, or I have just done this, okay? I have just completed this. I have just finished my bachelor's degree, okay? I have just gone on vacation to Cuba, okay? You have many options here, what you can say, but we do that because we're talking about something that has just happened, okay? I have just finished my bachelor's degree. A bachelor's degree you obtain after 4 years of university, okay? Or in America, oftentimes we say college, okay? So if you go to a university, oftentimes people say, oh, I go to college, all right? You understand? So you get this after 4 years of college. A master's degree you typically get after 6 years, or maybe even 8 years of college, okay, of university. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on. So as you can see in the examples that I just covered here, there are many different ways to use this tense, the present perfect tense. Okay, and it's similar to other languages too. So I'm sure if you speak another language, the present perfect tense probably going to be pretty easy for you. Now, whenever you use this tense, you need to make sure to use the past participle correctly. Remember how I said that you have to keep memorizing and practicing these past participle words? Well, make sure you do that every day, because these past participle terms often differ from the simple past forms that you would see here. Sometimes they are the same, but sometimes they are different. We'll see some examples coming up. Now, this is something that you have to memorize and study carefully. Let's look at one with the simple past form, and then we'll look at another one with the past participle, okay, using the present perfect. Are you ready? So, the first one using the simple past is, I talked with him about it. I talked with him about it. You see here that we have the verb talked, okay, in the past with the ed, talked, coming from the verb to talk. And then here we have the present perfect. I have talked with him about it. Okay, I have talked with him about it. And you can say, I have talked with him about it many, many, many times. Okay, you can expand on what you want to say. So I talked with him about it, and I have talked with him about it. Okay, and then next we have, I saw her at the beach versus I have seen her at the beach. So notice here that we have, coming from the verb to see, we have the simple past form of saw, and then we have the past participle here, seen. Okay, so there are differences, guys. You have to keep your eyes peeled for those. You have to look out for those, okay? Now, there are a variety of forms when we use the past participle, so it is important to memorize them all, okay? Luckily today we're going to do all the verbs that we've covered from lesson 1 all the way up to this lesson, which is lesson 30. So here they are. I'll turn this direction and let's continue. All right, so we have the verb to have, and then in the next column you'll see had, which is the simple past, and then you have had, which is the past participle. So the past participle, guys, is all the way at the end. It's have, had. To be, was, were, so we have two here. Remember, it varies depending on the pronoun. For example, I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, and they were. And then we have been, kind of like what you see right here. It's a past participle of been. Okay, we use it with the present perfect tense. Subject, to have, the verb, and then the past participle. Next we have to do, did, done. So for example, yesterday I did my homework. Okay, I have done so many homework assignments over the summer. I have done. Next we have to see, saw, seen. Yesterday I saw the new movie. I have seen that movie 5 times. And then we have the verb to want, wanted, wanted. So you could see these ones are the same. To like, liked, liked, also the same. To eat, it's a little different. Ate, eaten. For example, for breakfast, I ate a sandwich. Okay, and then you can say, I have eaten the strangest kinds of food while I was in so-and-so country. Okay, while I was in, maybe you can even say a continent. While I was in Africa, while I was in Asia, while I was in Europe. I have eaten so many different types of food while I was in Africa, for example. Then we have to speak. Spoke, spoken. To say, said, said. To come, came, come. To talk, talked, talked. To write, wrote, written. To sing, sang, sung. Okay, for example, she sang such a beautiful song. Okay, the artist has sung many popular hits. over her career or throughout her career. Forget, forgot, forgotten, okay? So, I forgot my homework. I have forgotten the keys in my car more than 3 times this month. To wake up, woke up and woken up, okay? To go, went, gone. To get, got, gotten. To drive, drove, driven, okay? To think, thought, thought. To break, broke, broken. So for example, I broke my arm, okay? And then you can say, he has broken his arm more than once. So we're talking about repetition, okay? Things that happen over and over again. To take, took, taken. For example, I took Spanish class last semester. I have taken that Spanish class more than 3 times and have failed each time. To fall, fell, fallen. To ring, like a telephone. Ring, 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 ring. Rang, rung. For example, the phone rang. Why didn't you pick up? Or you could say, Mom, the phone has rung more than 10 times. Why haven't you picked up? Okay, so we're talking about repetition. Buy, bought, boughten. To become, became, become. To steal, stole, stolen. To try, tried, and then we have tried again. So these two are the same. And then finally we have the verb to know, okay? Knew and known. For example, I knew that yesterday. Okay, so you found something out. You knew a piece of information yesterday. Okay, or you could say that I have known that for years. You've known something for a long, long time. I have known that for years. So as you can see, guys, there are many different forms that differ in their past participle forms, and they have to be practiced and they have to be memorized. So just read each one over and over again, practice them, and memorize them, okay? So especially if you want to know the present perfect, make sure that you recognize the past participle forms, okay? Also, it's important to keep in mind that using have plus the past participle should only be used, one, with expressions that are unspecific in time, 2, to express an unfinished period of time, 3, to talk about events that happened in the recent past, like maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, a week ago, a day ago, so the recent past, but the effect of what happened in the recent event is still felt even up to now, okay? So whatever feeling you have from that event, you still have it right now. Things are still going on. And then finally, 4, we also use it sometimes when making questions, okay? So for example, number 1, where have I left my keys? So you see how we have and then we have the past participle of left? Okay, you can ask a question using it. Remember, where, we have the 5 W's plus how. Okay, who, what, when, where, why, and how. So whenever you see where in the beginning, you know it's a question. Number 2, now we're going to use the verb have in the beginning. Have you met Arta yet? Okay, have you met Arta? No, I haven't. I have not met her yet. Nice to meet you, Arta. Number 3, how have you been these past few years? So this is a very common expression when you haven't seen somebody for a long time. Americans typically say, wow, how are you? How have you been these past few years? Okay, so we're talking about repeated actions, okay? Like how you have felt over the past few years, how you've been. Like where have you been working? What have you done with your life, etc. Okay? Anyways, guys, I hope this explains any confusion that you have and any confusion while you're using the present perfect tense, which after you get enough practice, it's going to be very easy for you guys, okay? Just make sure you memorize these, okay? All right, guys, I think that's about it for this lesson. Thank you again for watching, and I'll definitely see you in the next lesson. See you later. Bye.